Chris, when you kind of are approaching these preseason games, how much of it for you is trying to experiment and learn new things versus like, I know we have to get these guys set in our.
I'd say the first two games we did a lot of experimentation.
Yeah.
The New York game, not so much. We tried to just get to the basics. Defensively, transition was inconsistent, but not terrible. Half court, I thought we were outstanding in defense. Got to be better on the glass. Some of the old bugaboos, if you will. Offensively, we really struggled to find a rhythm and get other guys consistently involved, and that was highlighted today by our concepts in film and on the floor. But we know what that looks like, so we feel confident we can get back to that. So.
It seemed like offensively there was a little more intention to push.
Yes,
in that.
That's been good. Yes.
Yeah. Is there a certain amount of kind of grace you give them, or do you expect more turnovers to come in that regard, or like how do you kind of like process?
I mean,
that
listen, to start the second half, those turnovers in transition were unacceptable.
Yeah.
Largely. I mean, they were just plays you just shouldn't make in all forms and fashions. So, but you're gonna be. You're gonna if you play fast, you're gonna turn it over a few times in transition. We've talked about this before. Not every turnover is the same. I mean, some turnovers I treat them as 50% shots. If I'm trying to hit ahead in transition and it just goes off the guy's hands and it goes out of bounds, it's a turnover. But if I complete that play, it's probably a layup. So so those are the type of turnovers you can live with. It's the silly ones or the just the tragically poor decision making that you absolutely have to get away from, because if you're going to carry a few more turnovers stylistically, then you have to be able to be more mindful of ball control when you have to take high risk decisions.
We saw Ant was operating kind of out of the mid-range post-ups have become more of a part of his preseason so far. Is that more experimentation or what we can expect to see when the regular season goes up?
I think, first of all, he's had a great summer putting the work in. He's really been trying to work on that part of his game, particularly in the post. Like, honestly, we haven't really put anything in to get him clean looks down there. He's trying to find those in the flow of the offense. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes we're unsure what to do around him. So we got to clean all that up. It will definitely be a part of what we want to do this year. As an accent. Not the main thing. Of course, but we feel like it's a good way to take advantage of him, and he's done a good job of kind of adding that to his game.
When it comes to, we saw him on Brunson a decent amount the other night too, and he talked about wanting to take more of those A matchups on a nightly basis. How does that affect maybe what else you can do defensively? You talk a lot about Jaden and his rim protection off ball.
Yeah.
And just how does that maybe shape what you can do if Ant is able to take those on a more consistent basis?
Yeah, I think. I don't know if it shapes like any strategic changes. I think both of those guys, when they're on the ball or off the ball, can do the same things there. It just gives us, again, another long defender at the rim. Jaden was very active defensive rebounding, which puts him in a position to do so when he's off the ball like that. Keeps him out of foul trouble a bit too as well. So there are like a lot of benefits to it. And like I said, with Ant and Jaden, we do a lot of similar things anyway, whether it be switching. I don't see a ton that we can do there, but we might, be able to grow some things as the season goes along. So.
How's Jaden doing?
You talking about with his ankle?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fine. Yeah, fine. Yeah. I think he's just a little tenderness, but he went through everything today. So yeah.
Bones, I feel like we talk a lot about just like his range, his ability to kind of like get to his spots, but it seems like he's maybe grown a little bit as a playmaker too. Mm-hmm. Have you seen that decision making improve a little bit through the preseason and last year?
Yeah, without a doubt. But here's what I would say: I think Bones has always been a good playmaker. He just chosen not to make plays. All these guys have incredible skill sets and can do a multitude of things. They just have to lean into doing them when the game calls for them to do it. We need Bones to score, make shots. He's incredible range shooter. I love his game. Always loved his game. Guys with game like that, and he can really pass because he's got such a high skill level, and we need him to do that too. And sometimes that even more than score.
I mean, to your point, like even at VCU, he had like good assist to turnover, assist percentage numbers. Like, is that something that just some guys it takes a while to mature into understanding that side, or is it more just some teams ask players to do other things?
I'm sure it's a combination of things, but everybody gets to the league, they get locked in on scoring because that's kind of they feel is their pathway to get paid or play or all the other reasons that guys want to score. It's more fun.
Talking to some of the guys from Indiana the other night,
Yeah.
just how they got to that style of play that they've kind of perfected so well. It's a lot of them said it kind of took a good part of one season to really get that way, and they had to have patience and stick with it.
Yeah.
How long in your mind do you kind of give when it comes to like trying to perfect the more up-tempo style of play, and you give like half the year before you want to see where it may be at ideally, or?
Well, I don't think, first of all, I'd say, right now we're playing at a pace, which, if you, everyone, when I give you these numbers, everyone can look at different numbers, but I'm going to, give you the context. When we factor out, our main guys, factor in our main guys, factor out our, deep rotation guys, and then we account for, the pace in the preseason is always super high, so you try to normalize it. We're probably playing at around middle of the pack with 15th right now, okay? Which is up a good 10 spots from where we played at last year. So for me, that's great growth. We've got to maintain it. I'm sure there'll be some correction to that, when the regular season starts. But hopefully, we can continue to build on pushing that. I've always liked to play fast. We've always been with organizations that do. We have a naturally slower team here for a variety of reasons. So it's not like, I feel like we're going to be revolutionary a whole nother team in 45 games. But we're trying to be better on the margins, and this is one of the places we can be better. And so far, we've done a good job there. And we're playing at the third highest pace in the first half when our primary players are playing. So, they've got the message. So.
Chris, is there a target that you want, 15th, 10th, or is it kind of just
Yeah, top 5 across the board.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah.
Listen, I haven't put, I would like to certainly be top 10 in pace, but, that's probably a stretch goal for us.
Yeah.
So, but if we keep pushing towards that, then, then we'll be a little bit better than we were last year. So.
Chris, you talk about the young players earning their spots, earning trust. With TJ specifically, what have you noticed from him from that back end of last season, summer league, to now prepping for the seasons that has earned your trust for him to perhaps have a more prominent role here?
Well, it all goes back to he just sticks to who he is and plays to his strengths. The mistakes he made are honest mistakes, trying to make the right basketball play oftentimes. He's probably playing some of our purest basketball right now, just kind of doing his thing. His playmaking has been great, just, driving, has the ability to get to the heart of the defense, and then just not, I would say 9 times out of 10 he's made the right play, a couple turnovers, but, he's going to play with, he plays with so much force, he's going to have a few turnovers here and there. He's shooting the ball with confidence, which, he has the green light to shoot open shots when they come his way. Defensively, I think he still has areas that he can certainly take steps, but his locked in, his application is really high. His even keel, he knows we believe in him and he believes in himself. So I think he's in a super good place.